Welcome to my series on life after divorce. So, to give you a quick backstory, I posted recently on Threads. I asked women who are divorced, especially from emotionally and verbally abusive relationships. I said, what are the beautiful little things that happened after divorce? What are your stories? And to be honest, I thought I might get a handful of comments and enough to share just one video. But 350 comments later, it's going to be a whole series. So today is video 1, the first in our series on life after divorce. We're going to tackle parenting after divorce today. We're going to talk about the beautiful things that come with it. And I hope that you leave just feeling uplifted and inspired. And no matter who you are, I think you're just going to smile after hearing these stories because they're just really, really beautiful. So welcome to the series, and if you want to see the next videos in this series, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so you don't miss them. All right, let's get started. Here we go with the first story. I started enjoying my parenting experience so much more. When I wasn't resenting someone else, I embraced it all because it was all mine now. I can feel this too. Parenting is hard. It's really hard, but it's even harder when you're trying to manage someone else's emotions or walk on eggshells around your home while you're also trying to parent. And when that pressure and that stress is lifted off your shoulders, parenting is just a whole other ballgame, it becomes something kind of joyful, and it's still hard, but there's just, you can appreciate it all. You can appreciate the icky stuff and the hard stuff and the beautiful stuff, and without someone else behind you, making comments or causing drama or yelling, or just causing you stress all the time, right? All right, the next one. Sitting peacefully in the same room with my 2 girls and all the pets, relaxing and laughing together, and no one coming to spoil the mood. The kids can leave some messes. I can leave some messes. And no one makes a big deal about it. Imagine that, right? Imagine not having someone complaining and about all these little things around the house that kids are messy, they're messy, and there's different phases of life that we go through, and we just have to embrace the mess sometimes, and there are people that don't, and there are people that shame you for having those messes. And so this person just getting to leave a mess or not make the bed or leave the shoes by the door, that's really beautiful. I became a better mother. That one just speaks for itself. The freedom of parenting without needing permission to make basic decisions. There's some people that they had to, if you're making any sort of decision, whether it's to send this kid to this school or to sign up for this class or we need to take him to the doctor for this, it wasn't just oh, I could go do it. It was I had to figure out a way to present this to my partner so that they would agree with it and they wouldn't come at me, or maybe they wouldn't think it was my idea, they'll think it's their idea. It was this whole circus that people had to go through to convince their partner to let them make a decision about their kid. And when that's removed and you get to make those decisions, oh, how beautiful. I love these. My kids hang out in the living room to be near me, and I have a close relationship with them. They want to be home more and not out with their friends. He moved out only 3 months ago. I'm becoming the calm mother I thought I would be because my emotions are regulated. I'm better at handling stress because I'm not overloaded. I remember writing down that I wanted my kids to love being home because there was many years in my life where I just didn't want to be at my house, and neither did my kid, really. My kid was all for jumping in the car and going places because we just were avoiding home. And I just recently realized, I looked around my house and I was I did it, and for this person to just be 3 months out and to recognize that that's already happening for their kids, that their kids want to be home, they see it as a safe place, that's so beautiful. My kids have started having their friends come over. What a gift, a gift of safety, that their kids know that home is safe. That's such an amazing gift to give your children. My relationship with my kids strengthened. Peace. my kids and I have peace. We can be comfortable in our own home. No more explosive yelling, cussing, or throwing things. I think peace is like, it's really underrated. Because when you finally get that taste of peace and what it's like to parent in a peaceful home, like nothing, I would never ever trade anything for that, you know. The ability to parent peacefully is an incredible, beautiful gift to give to yourself and to your kids, you know. I became a more connected and calmer mother. My kids are my favorite adventure buddies, and we take as many detours as we want and can listen to music aside from what he wanted to listen to. We go to live music concerts, we have snack dinner on the beach, and on the hottest nights, we have ice cream for dinner. Oh my God, like this one honestly makes me want to cry because like I know those feelings. My kids and I often, like, we do the ice cream for dinner once in a while. We have this tradition of going to Cold Stone and like getting a bunch of toppings in our own little bowls, and it's so much fun. Or like, I remember when they were kids, I would get a tray, like a muffin tin, and just like fill it with a ton of like random snacks that they could have for dinner. And it was before we actually even had a TV in our new house. So I would like set up a little fort for them, and I'd put my laptop in there with Netflix and like give them this little muffin tin tray, and they would just eat snacks in their fort and watch movies, and it was so much fun. And then like the adventure, my kids are older now, right? Like they're 5 and 8 now, and I took them on like our first like really big trip together last summer, and it was so beautiful. Like my kids were amazing. Like I couldn't have asked for anything better, you know, for how they behaved. But yeah, the ability to just kind of like go and do what you want without anybody complaining, with nobody giving you side eyes. Like you get to stop at the random gas stations and pull over on the side of the road and take pictures, and like just how freaking beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy for this mom. Like, it's such a gift. All right, the last one we're going to talk about is someone who's like looking back on their experience. They have actually an adult child. So they said, my son was 9 when I divorced his father. My son is now 25. We were recently discussing the divorce and how it financially ruined me. I told him how I only allowed myself to spend $10 a day on food for both of us. My son admitted he had no idea how rough it had been for me. I told him that was the goal, to never let him know how shitty the situation really was. I succeeded and maintained our standard of living without child support and having been a stay-at-home mom. God, I really thought I was gonna make it through without crying. I mean, who am I kidding though? Like, I often think like, what are my kids gonna think when they're older, you know? And I think we're doing okay. And I'm really grateful to this mom for sharing her experience like that many years out, you know. There's so many ways to create like such a magical childhood for your kids without spending a whole bunch of money. Whether it's like dance parties or random snacks and movie and popcorn nights at home, like you can do that. And there's so much magic in, there's just like so much magic in a peaceful home. There really is. Okay, we're going to end it there. Thanks for joining me today. And yeah, stick around for the next episode of this series because these stories are just freaking beautiful. Thanks for being here.